When Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt first hooked up, our interest in their lives quickly went from curious to obsessed. Brangelina later welcomed 6 kids, got hitched, and ended in divorce, but our intrigue in the actress just heated up. After filing for divorce from Brad Pitt in late 2016, Jolie initially moved their 6 kids around to a couple of rental homes. First was a Malibu estate owned by controversial X-Men director Bryan Singer, which was said to rent as high as $80,000 a month. And second was a property in Hidden Hills, California, owned by model actress Denise Richards. Variety reports that it leased for $30,000 per month. By 2017, however, Jolie shelled out the mega cash, $24.5 million to be exact, to buy a 6-bedroom mansion in the Los Feliz neighborhood of Los Angeles. The massive home boasts some incredible history. In addition to being formerly owned by the late filmmaker Cecil B. DeMille, silent film star Charlie Chaplin once lived in a smaller house within the compound as well. But besides all that, the number of bedrooms had to have come in handy. Shortly after Jolie moved in, Vanity Fair reported, "It wasn't for the prestigious history or the architecture that Jolie chose this house. She needed a good place fast, somewhere secluded, with a lot of rooms." Jolie has admitted that it's hard for her to relax sometimes, which maybe isn't too surprising considering the intensity of her public image. In 2015, the Maleficent star revealed her biggest struggle since turning 40, telling The Guardian it all came down to being in the everyday, staying still, because I'm a bit on fire inside.
My life is, I just have to schedule things properly and make sure I don't get overwhelmed.
However, Jolie gave the complete opposite impression 2 years later, when Vanity Fair described her household as, quote, messy, relaxed, and normal. Evidence of this included the rarely washed blanket that daughter Vivian was said to carry around, and Jolie's willingness to let her dog jump up on their white couch during the interview. When it comes to her family life, the actress has said that a typical day usually begins by waking up to a state of chaos between her dogs and kids. She told the BBC,
"Usually I just wake up trying to figure out who's going to get the dog out, who's going to start the pancakes, and did anybody brush their teeth?"
Following her split from Pitt, Jolie was said to have 6 nannies on hand, adding up to 1 for each child, according to Steph. While the nannies were once supervised by the actress's brother, head nanny James Haven, Jolie reportedly ended up letting her brother go in 2017 when she became concerned over the toll this role seemed to be taking. A source told Grazia magazine, "It was James's job to be there if any of the kids woke up during the night and to deal with the nannies if they had any issues. He was virtually running the household, and it became very draining." There's no doubt it must have been a lot to handle, but it's since remained unclear whether Jolie kept the nannies on or if she's been doing that work herself. Either way, it seems like the Jolie Pitt kids have been doing just fine. The actress told the New York Daily News in 2014, "I'm not a single mom with 2 jobs trying to get by every day. I have much more support than most people, most women in this world. And I have the financial means to have a home and healthcare and food." Nearly a year after she filed for divorce from Pitt, Jolie opened up about a number of health scares she'd been facing. Revealing to Vanity Fair that she'd been diagnosed with both hypertension and Bell's palsy, the actress explained that her symptoms developed because she wasn't putting her well-being first. Explaining that she had treated both with acupuncture, she said, "Sometimes women and families put themselves last until it manifests itself in their own health."
To face these issues together and speak about them and talk about what it is to be human, I think can be a beautiful thing.
Fans may also remember that Jolie previously underwent a double mastectomy as a preventative measure after learning she was at high risk for breast cancer in 2013. She then later had her ovaries and fallopian tubes removed due to possible signs of ovarian cancer. Since then, the actress has made a point to take care of herself. She told the outlet, "I'm being smart about my choices, and I'm putting my family first. I'm in charge of my life and my health."
I didn't expect there to be so much support, and I was very moved by it. It's connected me so much to other families, other women.
Since announcing her divorce, Jolie has made an effort not to break down in front of her kids in order to give them a sense of stability. She told Vanity Fair, "I was very worried about my mother growing up, a lot. I do not want my children to be worried about me. I think it's very important to cry in the shower and not in front of them. They need to know that everything's going to be all right, even when you're not sure it is."
I have had things that have made me not feel I can breathe.
In addition to Jolie's efforts to be strong for her family, her 6 children have also revealed their own strengths, sticking by their mom during a challenging time for their family. Jolie told the New York Times in 2017, "They really help me so much. We're really such a unit. They're the best friends I've ever had. Nobody in my life has ever stood by me more." According to reports, it sounds like Jolie is one fun mom. Per a source for Us Weekly, she's reportedly, quote, always coming up with fun things to do when it comes to bonding with her 6 kiddos. One of these fun-filled activities, attending the premiere of Disney's live-action remake of Dumbo. The family outings continued that June when Jolie moved her kids to Albuquerque, New Mexico while she filmed Those Who Wish Me Dead. Despite her intense work schedule, an insider told E! News that the actress made sure her brood of 6 remained comfortable and entertained, claiming, "They have taken multiple Target runs and love shopping and going out to eat. Angelina spoils them with carts full of toys and sporting goods. She has had to work a lot, so she wanted them to have fun and stay busy."
I think most of my performance is simply trying to entertain my own children.
Exes Jolie and Pitt have thankfully made great strides in their communication since their 2016 split, according to a source for Entertainment Tonight. Noting that these days they hardly ever fight, the insider claimed the exes are able to, quote, discuss their children's plans calmly and are dedicated to co-parenting. This, of course, is despite Jolie's seemingly abrupt and painful divorce filing, which was reportedly triggered by a supposed altercation between Pitt and son Maddox, then 15, on a private jet, according to TMZ.
Brad Pitt is now under investigation for alleged child abuse by the Los Angeles Police Department and the LA Child and Family Services.
While the alleged incident led to Pitt becoming the target of a child abuse investigation, the case was later dropped. Jolie has since avoided speaking negatively about Pitt in public and has instead repeatedly confirmed their joint dedication to their family. When asked about the situation, she told BBC News,
It was a very difficult time, and we are a family. And we will always be a family. And we will get through this time and hopefully be a stronger family for it.
For his part, a source close to Pitt also told Us Weekly in 2019, "It's a very healthy situation, and Brad is grateful that all of the animosity is in the past." According to Us Weekly, this reported healthy situation has extended to Jolie and Pitt's summer of 2019 custody arrangement. While the 6 kids stayed with Jolie in New Mexico, there was reportedly still plenty of bonding time with their dad. A source told the outlet at the time, "The kids will be back and forth to Los Angeles to see Brad. Brad will also be spending time in New Mexico this summer because at times it will just be easier for him to go there." Fans may recall that Jolie and Pitt's drawn-out and highly publicized custody battle resolved with, quote, joint physical and legal custody by late 2018. Since then, the Jolie-Pitt kids have visited their father regularly, including a family sleepover at Pitt's house the night before his 55th birthday. A source told Entertainment Tonight, "The schedule has alleviated any of the planning pressures Brad and Angelina have faced in the past. Now the kids spend time with both their parents and are happy and thriving." Having adopted 3 of her children from outside the US, Jolie seems determined to make sure all of her kids grow up to be citizens of the world. According to People magazine, the Jolie-Pitt family had been traveling, quote, back and forth to son Maddox's home country of Cambodia for 17 years. And she took all 6 children there again for the premiere of her movie, First They Killed My Father.
There's so much that's happening that I feel small and quiet and lower down on the food chain than the tigers out here.
That same year, they also traveled to Namibia, where John was born, to open a wildlife sanctuary in his name for elephants and rhinos that fell victim to poaching and other abuse. Later in 2019, Jolie sent Maddox off to Yonsei University in Seoul, South Korea, where he'll study biochemistry. When asked where she'd like to be in 5 years, Jolie told BBC News in 2017,
I would like to be traveling around the world visiting my children, hoping that they're just happy and doing really interesting things.
Ultimately, she hoped to give her children the tools to access their strengths and talents, apart from their A-list upbringing. She added,
And I represent the right things to my children and the world as it should be seen, not through the prism of Hollywood.
Like pretty much every mother, Jolie sometimes questions her parenting skills. In 2017, she admitted to Vanity Fair, "As I go to sleep at night, I think, did I do a great job as a mom, or was that an average day?"
When I was younger, I thought, oh God, I couldn't be somebody's mother.
During these moments of self-doubt, Jolie has said that she longs for the advice of her own mother, Marceline Bertrand, who passed away from ovarian cancer in 2007. Jolie told Elle France, I would give anything for her to be with me at this time. I've needed her. I talk to her often in my mind and try to think of what she might say and how she might guide me.
Oh, I don't want to cry. She was just a very, very loving person.
Jolie has always praised her late mother's parenting skills, but previously revealed that she didn't know if she could measure up. She once admitted to 60 Minutes.
She was the most generous, loving. She's better than me.
Unlike her own mom, whom Jolie says was a quote, full-time mother, the actress has tried her best to balance homemaking with travel and her celebrity status. But while the A-lister stays grounded in everyday routines, she also loves to shake things up. She told Vanity Fair, "I've been trying to be really good at just being a homemaker and picking up dog poop and cleaning dishes and reading bedtime stories. And I'm getting better at all three, but now I need to get my boots on and go hang, take a trip."
So excited. I feel like my world expands as their world expands. I learn so much from them.
Luckily, her kids seem to be on board with their pick-up-and-go lifestyle. Even so, Jolie went on to quote her youngest son, Knox, adding, "He said, 'Who wants to be normal? We're not normal. Let's never be normal. Thank you, yes, we're not normal. Let's embrace being not normal.'" Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite celebs are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.